Hi guys, hope you have a fantastic day and welcome back. So today we need to put this engine in our Lada, and this is an engine from the Niva and we need to put it in the Lada 2107. So we need to do some things to the engine. I'm gonna show you a little bit later, and today's goal is to put the engine inside of the Lada and start it just with the start spray, just to see that everything is working, that I can make out of two wiring harness, that I just can make one. And I know you can do it before you put the engine, but I want it to look factory fresh, so I want to put the engine inside and then the wiring to see what I need to have where. Then I'm gonna pull the engine out and do the wiring nice and pretty. Then we can have a factory looking Lada, and that's just the goal. So I can take my time with my cars, so I'm gonna do it just as nice, and that's it. That's the whole point why I'm putting this engine now. So yeah, let me show you. Okay, so these are the Niva engine mounts. These are differential mounts. We don't need it. So we need to change the engine mounts. We need to put the flywheel back so that we can put the starter motor and trying to start the car. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, let's prepare our engine. Then we can push our Lada inside and drop the engine in. Let's go.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning all.
So the engine is ready, and the engine mounts fits perfectly because it's the same engine block, so you can just everything mount easily and you don't have any problems. And the flywheel is on so that we can start the engine. And this here distributor, it was a bracket on the old engine mount, but this is a differential bolts, and it fits here, so everything is sturdy, so that is fixed. So yeah, now it's time to push the Lada inside and drop the engine in. Let's go.
And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams.
Well, the engine is inside and she fits really good. There is enough space here, there is enough space at the front. It's the same engine, so this is not what was worrying me. We have enough space here. I'm gonna probably be able to put power steering. Just we are hitting here. Here we don't have enough space, and I'm thinking just to get a smaller belt for a couple of centimeters, because I have enough space here to just push this power steering pump just like this, so that it doesn't hit it here, and we are good to go. So yeah, I'm really happy. So now I need to get wiring harness from the other Niva, and then we have this mess and the mess I'm going to make. Then we are going to try to start the engine, and then we can make a nice wiring harness. And things I needed to remove is a horn was here. I'm just gonna relocate it somewhere else, and I cut off the gas pedal for the carburetor. I need to replace everything, so I just cut it because I didn't want to pull engine back out and to remove it, so I just cut it with the grinder, and that's it. She fits really good, and I think I'm going to be able to close the hood. So yeah, it's really awesome. Okay, I'm going to get the wires off the camera, and then we can start connecting it. Yeah, that's always fun. Well, all the wires that I need, probably all, is right here, and there are a bunch of it, so we need to make it nice and to see what we really need. The biggest question for me was to find this wire. This is going to your key, so I think I need that to plug in Niva so that we have a 12 volts, and that should work. This should be an engine light, and this should be your rev counter, so that I'm gonna need to plug in, but not now. And these are the relays, some of the how you say it, this thing is this fuses, thank you. So this is for the ECU, and that just plugs in. This is the OBD2 sensor, and this is everything you plug in your car. So this should be all good, hopefully. And one more thing I take from the Niva, I really like these battery connectors because there is 2 bolts here and I can easily connect everything. So this is awesome thing, and this is what it came. So much better. This is so much better. And now it's time to slowly connect everything, and well, there is going to be some job to do, but it's really not that bad. Okay, I just wanted to show you, I have a bell housing for the gearbox in on the engine, so that I can put a starter motor and bolt it in, and then I can try everything out. So yeah, just so you know that I put the bell housing, not the entire gearbox, just so that I can put a starter motor. So yeah, let's go on the wiring.
We all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do?
Okay, so the wiring on the engine is done. I know it looks ugly, but it's really good. And what I need to do, this goes on the plus side of the battery, and everything else on the engine is connected. I don't have battery at the moment, so I will put it in. But what I wanted to tell you is I forgot that you need a smaller starter motor, and this is broken. This is not good, and I don't have parts, and this big one doesn't fit. So I will just buy a new one, but I need to wait a minute. So for now I'm doing everything else. Okay, so I was thinking to, because we have enough wires for everything, is to drill a hole probably here, so that it looks really nice once everything is pretty. So yeah, what I connected: sensors here for the gas pedal, for the idle, thermo switch, camshaft sensor, right here crankcase sensor, distributor, and that's pretty much it. And the knock sensor down there. So yeah, what I didn't connect this oxygen sensor because I don't need it at the moment, and that's it. Everything else is connected, and this is the wire for OPA. This is the wires for transfer case, so that I don't need. I'm gonna probably cut this. And now what we need to do? Well, this is for the fuel pump. We don't need it at the moment. This is for second oxygen sensor. We also don't need this at the moment. So we need to connect our ECU, and these are ground wires for the ECU. What else? This is for the fans for cooling, so we don't need it. We're gonna probably cut that. And we need that 12 volts from the key when the ignition is on, so we're gonna connect that down there, and that's pretty much it. I think we cover everything, and I'm just gonna put this light switch for immobilizer, and that's pretty much it. I think I covered everything. So let's now assemble this mess, and then we are done. New starter motor is here. Now we can install it. We can finish this wiring. We can wire the alternator, and then we are pretty much ready for trying to start it. And from the ignition, here is my new cable. So we are almost ready. Let's finish this up and let's try to fire it. Well, she finally runs, and as you saw, well, she runs good, but she doesn't have any exhaust, so it's really loud. But she is finally working, and I need to be honest with you, it was 3 days of me working to get this engine running, and now I'm gonna show you everything that I connected, how I connected, and what was the problem of the car not starting. So yeah, let me show you. First thing you need to do is, this is the plus wires from the engine harness. I just connected, this is to isolate it. I just connected it here because I need to make it longer. I'm gonna do that, but for now this is awesome. And very important thing is to ground the engine. Bad engine, bad, it's grounded. I'm just kidding. So the minus from the battery goes to the chassis, then you take another wire and you connected it to the engine, so that engine has a good ground. That's awesome. And then what I connected? Well, I connected here on the throttle bodies, everything you need to do, and I didn't connected the MAF sensor. So you don't need this to get the engine started. You need it for the engine good running. You're gonna have a check engine. If the MAF sensor is bad, then it could be misfires, but for starting you don't need it. So for what I need to do, I don't need that. And that's everything I did to this side. Then when we go on this side, we have this wire right here that on the Niva goes on the relay starter. And on this car, on this Lada, I already have the wiring for the starter motor, so I use that, so I don't need this. This wire goes back to the ECU, but I don't know what is for, and the engine runs good without it, so I'm just gonna isolate it and put it back here, and if there is no problem, I'm never gonna connect it. So yeah, that's the plan for now. And these wires right here are, I just cut it, this was the LPG. And what is important to connect? Here is the distributor, the coil pack, its correct name, and the crankshaft sensor. And now, what was the problem with my engine? My engine didn't have spark. So I checked this connector, it had 12 volts, and I checked the coil pack, it was good. So where is the problem? When I crank it, there is no signal on the connector, so the crankshaft sensor is bad. I check the crankshaft sensor, it's good, everything is good. So then I take a close look to the connector, and what I see are these bad connections. I can't believe that this in this position it runs, in this position it doesn't. So I really can't believe that this wiring problem took me 3 days to figure it out. But sometimes you just go in the rabbit hole and forget to check basic things. It happens to all of us. It's nothing strange. And what I did do is remove the rest of the LPG system so that I don't have it, because I'm not gonna use it. It's just gonna be a gasoline engine. So yeah, then we go up here, and what we need, what I said before, 12 volts when the ignition is on the run position, and then this relay started clicking. Ignition relay, main relay, not sure what it do, and fuel pump relay. Fuel pump I connected on the dry, it runs. So everything is good. When I do the finishing touch up, everything should be good. So yeah, this is the immobilizer. And on this ECU, it should be deleted, but I'm still not sure and I'm not confident. I'm just gonna bolt it in with the wires and leave it how it is, because I don't want to get in troubles, because I have room in the car. I'm just gonna put it in and forget about it. So yeah, and this wire is from the immobilizer, and I really don't know where it goes, and I don't need it. The car is starting, so I'm just gonna cut it and isolate it, and that's it. So yeah, then you have, I also use the OBD sensor to see what's wrong with the engine, and let's check together. So we have O2 sensors, and we didn't connect it. It's right here, so we don't care about that. Then we have mass or volume airflow, and that we also didn't connect it. And what we have here, a camshaft position sensor, and that's why the car was struggling to start it. That's why the cranking was so long. And I know it's bad, because on the other car I put from this engine, and I put bad here just so that I have it. So I know that's bad, that's what I need to replace it. And what else? Once again, we have O2 sensors. So with the wiring, everything should be good. I will just put in a new, not crankshaft, how it's called, a new sensor for this. This new sensor is going, and that's it. The engine is healthy and it should be good. Okay, so what now? I need to make an airbox right here. I'm gonna try to use it, a Niva airbox. We will see how it goes, and then I will try to connect Niva exhaust, and if it doesn't work, then I will try to put this from this old engine exhaust, and to see that something is working. So yeah, now I'm just gonna get the airbox nice and easy, so that I can mount everything like this nicely, and then we are gonna go on the exhaust.
Yeah, this is my life, my strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name, oh. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared, where am I at? I gotta make it in this life, whatever makes me happy, know I'm doing things right. Sipping in the summer on a goose and Sprite, or find a nightclub for the end of the night, oh.
Our airbox is in place, and it's combined of the Niva bottom, Lada Samara top, and the Niva MUF sensor. And now everything is good, everything is sturdy, so that's awesome. And because it's Lada Samara top box, all bolts doesn't line up, these two does, and this one I put a bolt with a big washer, so everything is tight and nice. So everything looks really good. And now how to connect it to the engine. Well, I use once again Lada Samara part, because it fits in the throttle, and our overflow pipe, it can go right here, and then I just need to buy some straight silicone pipe to get it nice and easily. You can put it easily. So yeah, our intake is done. Now we need to figure out the exhaust. And before I try to put it in, I'm just gonna remove these old bolts, because this is not bolts, these are just threaded pipe that you put a nut on, and I'm gonna replace it with bolts. In newer Niva it comes with bolts, this doesn't, so I'm gonna just remove it because it's gonna be a lot easier to get it without these things. So the exhaust from Niva is not going to work. Here it's wrongly bent, so I'm just gonna cut it here and put it on the original downpipe from the old engine. So that's nothing too bad. I just wanted to see so that I know what is coming to me next. So that's it. We are done for today, finally. So yeah, now I'm gonna remove engine again, because now we need to remove everything from the engine bay. We need to install power steering, and I don't know if I tell you, but I'm not going to install AC because I can't find it. I know I put it somewhere, but I don't know where. So it's just going to be power steering without AC, but we are gonna paint the engine bay, so everything is going to get removed to paint it nice and properly. And I don't know if I tell you, but we are gonna paint the whole car, but that's in the later episodes. So yeah, in the next time we are gonna install power steering, hopefully, from the Niva. I'm really hoping that's going to go smoothly. My biggest concerns was wiring for the engine and power steering. So when I am done with that too, we are done with the wiring. So when we install power steering, that's going to be awesome. Then it's just bodywork and mechanic to change the suspension and everything. That's easy. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And guys, see you in the next video. One more thing, I mounted the washer fluid container and everything is from Niva. Everything is nice, it's tight fit, but everything is good. And I just use these nuts, then you press into it and then you can tighten your carrier. So yeah, it's awesome. Well, that's it. Bye guys.